Welcome to the village. Welcome. Happy Thursday. I am Dr. Roz Gaskin, CEO and founder of the Village Leadership Group, LLC, where we coach teacher leaders to maximize their strengths, develop leadership skills, and reignite their passion for teaching so that they can have a greater impact in their schools and communities. That's right, we're all about teachers. So calling all teachers, join the village. Please share our lives with all your teacher friends, all your educators, because we're going to talk about mindset shift. That's right. I know some of our teachers are in the process of thinking about what they're going to do next school year. Are you going to take that leadership position, that department chair position, team leader, or maybe you're even thinking about leaving the classroom and taking an out of classroom position or even an administrative position? Well, you need to have that right mindset for leadership. So we're talking about mindset shift today with our special guest, Kimberly Fallis. I want to invite her on, but before I do, again, guys, get your pen and pad because we're going to talk about mindset shift and we'll give some points. So are you ready? All right, let's go. Let's welcome our guest. Come on in, Kimberly.
Woo! Thank you for having me. I am so glad to be here, Dr. Ross. I am excited about being here on the village.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, we are excited about having you here with us on the village. Welcome, guys. Those of you who are just joining us, welcome to the village. We're talking about mindset shift because our teachers in this time, in this season, in the springtime, we're applying to different jobs. We're thinking about next year what our position will be. So we need to make sure that we understand that teacher leadership is a mindset, not a position. So it doesn't even matter what position you have. If you don't have the right mindset, then you're not ready for leadership. Okay? So we're going to talk about that mindset shift. Like, what does it take to be that wonderful leader that we know you can be? All right? So, Kimberly, you ready to talk about
I'm ready.
it? All right, so let's talk about it. So we have some tips for you guys. So again, we'll talk about mindset shift, and I'll just talk about me. I don't know about you, Kimberly, but when I was thinking about leaving the classroom that first time, I was nervous. I was scared. Like, how can I go from serving just my students to now serving the whole entire school? So I knew that I would have different responsibilities, different roles, different, things on my shoulders that was, maybe I wasn't prepared for. So I had to really shift, pivot my thinking and really thinking about, am I ready for that next level of leadership? And so too often when I work with my clients, they're fearful of taking that next step. And I have to make sure that they are ready and have that mindset shift. And the first thing that we talk about is our why, because that's the first step of mindset shift is motivation, knowing your why. You have to know why you're doing what you're doing, why you're setting that goal, why do you even want that leadership position. You have to know your why. If you establish your why, that's going to keep you motivated, that's going to keep you going and keep you pushing. So for all of the teachers out there, think about your why. Kimberly, help us with that.
Well, so with mindset, for me, I define mindset as a mental attitude or an inclination. So for me, I have this little mantra: mindset is everything. If you change your mindset, you can change your life because everything starts with your beliefs. What you believe, if you believe it, you can certainly achieve it, but you first have to believe it. So if you don't have the right mindset, nothing will change.
Wonderful. So again, guys, we talk about mindset. Those of you who are just joining us, again, mindset shift. That's our topic. So join us as we talk about mindset. Hey, Kimberly, I forgot. You need to introduce yourself. Look, I've been talking to you, but introduce yourself to the village.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Roz. My name is Kimberly Fallis. I am a speaker. I am soon to be author, HR specialist during the day, and I am founder of Level Up Academy. I'm an empowerment coach. I am passionate about empowering professional women to become self-leaders by changing their mindset, because again, if you don't change your mindset, nothing will change, and removing the barriers. We know there will be barriers, but how do we avoid them? How do we get around them? And by setting goals and crushing fear. That's another big one, fear. So that's who I am.
Love it, love it. Again, welcome to the village.
Thank you.
So you talked about, believing, in yourself and in your abilities. Again, that's something that I hear from some of my clients. They're like, "Oh, Dr. Ross, I have this new leadership position, but I really don't believe that I'm able to do it or I'm going to be successful." They have that fear and anxiety. So one of the things that helps them is having those conversations where they can go through and talk about what they're fearful of. Like, what are you scared of? So really believing in yourself and identifying your fears and anxieties up front and having those conversations, put it all out, will kind of calm your nerves a little bit. So that's good. I love that. So again, guys, we talk about mindset shift, and in order to do that, you have to be understanding of your motivation, what is going to drive you, and making sure that your why is aligned to your core values, your beliefs, and that's big enough that's going to motivate you to keep pressing. Because guess what? There's going to be some challenges, there's going to be some hurdles, and so you have to be prepared. So that I is to identify your obstacles and challenges and solutions. So we have to be solution oriented as well. So, Kimberly, we talked about that as well.
Yeah, so you do have to know your why. Your why is going to be your driving force to keep you going and to keep you motivated, because you will be frustrated. You will be feeling like at some point you're defeated. But if you keep that why in front of you and keep people around you, that's another one. Have a tribe of people who believe in you. When you don't believe in yourself, they're going to be the wind to continue to push you. So surround yourself with people who also believe in you and and also the other thing you may want to do, see yourself already there. That can also motivate you. Keep visuals of who you want to become and surround yourself with those types of people.
Love it, love it. And then also, once you have that tribe or that village to support you, you have to take action. So the next step is to now act. Once you determine that you're going to go back to school for that next degree or you're going to level up for a leadership position, you need to take the steps in order to make that goal come true. So now act. That's our end. Take action. Sometimes you have to take action when you're fearful, when you don't know all of the answers. Once you take some baby steps, you'll gain that confidence to keep going, to keep pressing as well. So don't stop, don't give up, just take action. So again, take action. Kimberly, what do you have to say about taking action?
So taking action, you have to celebrate your wins, even the small wins. And like you said, taking baby steps, they don't have to be an earth-shattering step. Just take baby steps, and that helps you gain your momentum. So just keep moving. And as long as you're moving forward, you'll get there. Because as we can go back to scripture, faith without works is dead. You can have a thought, you can have the right mindset, but you still need to move. You have to take action.
Love it, love it. And one of the things that you talked about too is pivoting. So if I am going through a hurdle or something comes up unexpected, then I have to know how to pivot and get back on track as well. May have a setback or something may have a challenge that I wasn't expecting, but as a leader, then we have to kind of get back up, dust ourselves off, and keep pressing. So can you share a situation that you may have had where you had challenges and different things that you had to overcome in order to accomplish a certain goal?
As a leader, and even if you're not in a leadership role, but as a self-leader, we all are leaders. We're leading
Exactly.
if you're not in a leadership role, you're leading your home, you're a parent, you're a wife, You are a leader. So you have to consider and look at yourself as a leader, whether you have the title or not. You are leading. So I had to decide to be a self leader. I was in a position, I've always been in a servant role. So I love to empower people. And the position I was in, it was a retirement benefits counselor in Raleigh, and it had no potential. But I had to take action, as we talked about, and had to say to myself, how do I get out of this spot? I know there's more for me, but what do I need to do? So I had to be the CEO of my own life and create a strategic plan. Creating a plan, having accountability partners, surrounding myself with positive people. That's how I was able to get my attrition. Was it easy? No, it's not easy. And you have to expect to have roadblocks because they're unavoidable. The key is learning how to pivot and say, okay, this is not the end, it's a detour.
Love it. Love it. And then the last step, we talked about this before too, determining your success. You can't look at other folks' definition of success. What did God tell you? Talking about spirituality. Listen, what God has for you, it is for you. So
Yeah,
stop looking on social media.
it's not
Stop
real.
looking at other people to, try to gauge what success looks like for you. So you need to determine your success and then go after that. So that is so critical. So when you're talking about mindset shift and you're ready to take on these goals and big challenges and leadership, you have to have a right mindset and right frame of reference for what success is.
That's right. So you first have to determine what is success for you. As you already stated, I posted something last week. Success is different for everybody, but in our own right, we are successful. So you can't take a look at the next person's journey. Keep your eyes on your own journey and just continue to move forward. Now, you can look at someone else's success and maybe learn from some things, but not compare. And when you get into that comparing mode, that can get you frustrated. And it can also make you feel like you're not good enough, but you are good enough. You have to, again, last night your no Tuesday, I think your show was about affirmations. You have to continue to talk to yourself. Tell yourself that I can do this, even when it looks like you can't. So that's
Wonderful.
what helps me be successful.
So when you say stand in your own power, what does that mean to you? Standing in your own power.
So sometimes we, mainly I could say women, we do so many things, we wear so many hats, we can be leaders and do an excellent job in our own careers. In the classroom, you're leading all day. I'm leading people towards retirement and benefits. But your own power is you have to take ownership of your own life outside of your profession. So when you stand in your power, you have to know that you are always in the driver's seat. You have total control of your destiny. Again, don't look at anyone else. Stand in your power. Remember, you're in control. Remember that you need to surround yourself with your leaders. And you also need to stop letting things in that don't serve you well. That's how you gain
Mhm.
power. You give away power when you allow other outside influences to dictate where you're going and how you're going to end up.
Love it, love it. So for the teachers out there who are on the fence and not sure about their next steps, we want to encourage you. If you know that it's your time to level up, again, change that mindset and get these steps, in your tool belt and take action and getting things done one step at a time. Teachers are so intelligent, so creative, so powerful, and we encourage teachers everywhere to be leaders. And so again, guys, we're talking about mindset shift. This is the season where a lot of teachers are thinking about next school year and thinking about whether or not it's time for them to level up, leave the classroom, or take an admin position. And we want to encourage you to really reflect and see if you have the right mindset for leadership. And we're talking about mindset shift. And so we talked about knowing your why. So again, you talked about, Kimberly, making sure that your why is big enough. So I want to kind of go back to that, because when you say standing in your power, having that drive and that motivation is so critical. Because if I'm going to stand in my power, I have to really know my purpose, and that's going to really drive what I do. And you have to be intentional about what you say yes to, what you sign up for, and what steps you're going to take along your journey. So, can you give us a little bit about that process when we're trying to stand in our power and we really want to know what our purpose is? Like, help me through that process of identifying our why and our purpose.
So standing in your power doesn't mean you have to do it alone. So we'll start there. You
Mm.
may have a thought, an idea of where you really want to be, but you don't have the strategic steps on how to get there. It's okay to seek out a mentor, seek out a coach. So that hey, that's why you're there in the village. So they can get the help that they need. So standing in your power, you're not giving your power away when you're seeking help. So the first step is maybe you should do some soul searching, do some activities on and exercising on what is my purpose, what am I here, God. Ask, pray and ask God first, seek God and say, what was I created to do, and work towards that. And also, whatever you're striving to be, or whoever you're striving to be, maybe shadow that person so you can get a better feel, or if that's even really what I want to do. So
Love it.
that is how you gain power, is getting seeking knowledge and help.
Love it. One of the tips, one of the things that I ask my clients to do is to list what it looks like, what the success look like for them, and as it aligns to their purpose. That dream job, that dream career. Don't give it a title. Just say what it looks like. How do you feel? How would you show up every day? What will be your impact? And so once they write that down, they can have a clearer vision of what they want to do. And so when they look at different job announcements, that they can, compare the two and say, should I take this job? Should I accept it? Does it really align to what I want to do and how I want to show up every day and how I want to impact my school or my community? So that's just a little tip of what a coaching session would look like. When you do seek help, we're going to help you dig down to finding out your purpose and your true calling. So that is so critical because everything else is going to be based off of that.
Yes,
All right.
yes, we have to start there. That is the ground floor right there. Figuring out what is it you want to do and why. Um, so it aligns with your purpose and who you really are. Because sometimes we do take on positions that it's not necessarily who we are, and it doesn't align, and that's why we get uncomfortable in those positions. We've sometimes we land in positions by happenstance because we're just good at it, but it's really not who we really aspire to truly be.
Yes, I know in education, if you can fix the copier and you can get that, fix the copy, get the paper unjammed, then you are dean, the teacher leader, you're the next department chair, team leader, because you know how to fix the copy. That is
Yeah,
no way determining whether or not you should be a leader in that building, but that's a whole other
right.
story.
That's
So, like
right.
you said, or for a lot of men in education, they're pretty much put on the track for administration because we need more male administrators.
Hmm.
Okay. So they'll be put on this track, and really that's not what they are called to be. But
Yeah.
people see it and say, "Oh, you're gonna be the next principal, or whatever." So that's why I tell the teachers and educators that I work with, you write it down, make it plain, be clear as to what you want to do, so that you're
Yes.
not chasing some dream that someone else is putting
Else.
in.
Yes. That's truly important because, again, like we were saying, you have to know what you want for you. And what someone else is setting up for you is not bad. It's just not what you are aligned to do. So you have to really know who you are and seek out. do a deep dive on where you want to be. Because as you said, we can be guided and sought out to be in different positions, but it was never what we were called to do. And we won't be happy. We may excel, but we really won't truly be happy in those positions.
Love it. Love it. So I want to hear from you in, as far as if I am someone and I reach out to Coach Kimberly, what type of events or services can I expect once I reach out to Coach Kimberly?
So I have a couple of programs. We have a jump start. So with the jump start, you have a goal in mind. We've already done the deep dive. We've already done the soul searching, and you say, I want to achieve X. So if it's a new career, a new position, so the first thing we're going to do is see, well, what would it take to get there? Do you need more education? What is the track? What time is a time frame? Do we need to apply every day? Do we beef up your resume? So we're going to create a strategic plan. That's called the jump start. Someone who already knows where they want to be, they need an accountability partner, they need a strategic plan created. But then there's the journey. Of course, that's longer. That's a longer period of time with me. Of course, these are one-on-one sessions. We're going to do mindset. We're going to do purpose track. We're going to do goal setting. Are they smart? Are they strategic goals? And check the mindset. We're going to do a lot of work on the mindset and the inner work, and then we'll get to the strategic plan and walking it out and making sure you can achieve your goals. So there's two ways to work with me as a jump start. I already know, but I need accountability and I need that extra push. Then there's the journey. We're going to take a long journey and we're going to work it out together.
Love it. So we have our website, your website posted as well. We're going to put it in the comments as well so that people can click on it and reach out to you. So thank you so much. Anything else that you have going on before we say bye to Coach Kimberly?
Well, I will have a book coming out in June or July. I'm a part of a couple anthologies. So one is called The Mindset Shift, because I am into the mindset, because I truly believe if we don't get that right and get our mind in order, nothing else will really work out. So I'm really into mindset, because I believe mindset is everything. So when I saw the title of that book, I thought, oh, I'm going to be on that project. So I have already written my chapter, and that should be out in July. And then I'm a part of another anthology that will be out later in the summer, and that's called Stuck Doesn't Have to Be Your Story. I could relate, because I was stuck in a position, as I said before, and I had to be a self-leader, and I had to self-propel myself out of that, regardless of all the barriers and fears and all of those things, because that position, I self-propelled out, and that's how I'm here in the DMV. I left everything I knew to be familiar, and I relocated.
Wow.
So that's why I said mindset is everything. I had to be relentless. I had been in that city, that state, over 20 years, and I left everything there, and I moved.
You took action. That's what you did. You took action.
Yes, I took action. So I am totally familiar with action.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining the village. And again, we're continuing our discussion about mindset shift. So thank you so much, Kimberly, for joining the village. Those of you who are tuning in, again, you want to join the village. So what you waiting for? You see, we have these amazing people who have joined the village, and we are definitely coming together to serve teachers. So all of our educators and teachers, you want to join the village. So you see that link somewhere around here, click on that and join the village. Be sure to also click on the link so that you can sign up for a free discovery call with Dr. Ross, that's me, so that we can talk about your next steps for leadership, talk about your career goals, and also your mindset as well. So all teachers and educators, you want to join the village and call Dr. Roz for that mindset shift work. All right. Again, guys, we're going to talk about mental health awareness next week. So you want to tune in with the village live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. And again, continue to follow us on Facebook, and Instagram at The Village LG. And remember, teacher leadership is a mindset, not a position.